Hello, my friends. I hope life is treating you well. Today, I'm going to talk about the GO-XLR. Two topics I find interesting. First off, some people say it's dead. Number two, some cool features and why it is a useful product, even though some people don't quite understand it, and how you can use it if you are in boring meetings and stuff like that. So, let's get right to it. So, some time ago, they laid off their entire development team, and people came to the conclusion that the product was pretty much dead then, because if no one's going to develop it with the software and keep working on the software, it's a dead product, right? So, meanwhile, they came out with a new white model of the same product. It's a new skin, if you will, and they have been addressing some of the concerns on their Twitter page about how how they are still going to develop it. I was kind of puzzled because I did see that YouTube video where they said, "Yeah, now we got a white version coming out," and I was thinking, right, you're coming out with a white version, but I haven't got the impression that you have been updating anything for the last few years. And people also said that any plans to make the new features in the software, glad to see you guys still exist. We have plans. Anything specific you dream of? I have a few actually. I think it's an awesome product, so it's a minor thing. I would like it to just have the basic availability of the inputs and outputs on macOS. I don't need the full package for now. Actually, people might not be so sympathetic with that. I don't know, because I run both PCs and Macs, and I switch between the two on a KVM switch. It would be nice if I could record videos and just have access to the microphone. I don't need all the features. Just if just the devices would be anyway. Um, right. So someone is getting a bit salty here or negative. Say, "Oh, who's going to update it since you laid off your entire development team?" We are still developing for the GO-XLR. Sorry if you understood otherwise. So that is their official stance on it, and it might not be true. Who knows? Certainly, if you lay off your entire software team, something is wrong. Something is going on, and I'm just going to have someone to run with that. Some new people to develop to it. It's going to take time, right? So I myself have got the impression lately there was sort of like a dying product, because when I went to the download page, it said that the last download update for the software was in 2021, and we are currently in 2023, halfway through. Um, Now it does not mean that there hasn't been any updates to it. The software might just be downloaded and it updates itself, so it might actually have active updates, and I have just not noticed it. Um, in the software on the system, you can go and you can press here if you want a software update and check it. I have not seen that come with any updates. Maybe it's done it by itself. I can't see anything. I think if they should do something to give you the perception that they are not a dead product, you should have a release notes or version notes for every what changes are there. And I tried to Google that and I couldn't find anything. So I too got the impression that nothing's going on. Might not be true, but be better at communicating. You could also see at their Twitter page they did a multiple thread like. If you see their Twitter page, it was It was not one thread. It was multiple tweets instead of into one. So a bit weird. Be better at communicating. I think that would be a good idea. And the reason I'm saying all of this is because I would be quite sad to see the product go, because as you can see here, I have the GO-XLR Mini and I've been very happy with it. It has a lot of cool features, and I was reading on the Linus Tech Tips forum, and some people didn't understand what use it had and why would you want to have a product like this. And I can tell you, if you're streaming, if you're recording a video like this, if you are working and participating in Teams meetings, in Zoom meetings, online conferences, if you're presenting things that I do sometimes through a Teams meeting, GO-XLR is actually also a very cool product. For me, the killer feature, the most important thing, is probably routing table. It does take a little bit perhaps to understand what it does, but let me go over it briefly. As it says here, these are the outputs. These are where audio is coming out of the mixer. And more importantly, these are the inputs. and the chat, the music, the game, and the system are virtual inputs that you can access through a USB port. So when you plug it into Windows, that's why I would like Mac drivers. And when you plug it into your computer and install the drivers, you get all of these additional inputs. And that means that, am I listening to myself? No, I'm not listening to myself up there. That's something I was going to touch on. That you can say, for example, if you are streaming with some buddies and you want their audio to come on the stream and you have it through a different medium chat program, you can access that. I have been playing games with Josh and we used Skype for various reasons. That's too long to get into here, something to do with video. And I would just set output to Skype to this one. If you're using Discord or whatever, you can say, I want all this to come out here, which means you can mute it in some places, or you can control it via the sliders, reprogram them if you want, so you can listen to it. You can set your game is a separate input as well, so if you want to adjust the game sound by itself, and the system is also a separate input, so all of these can be adjusted manually. And the cool part is here, for example, I have said I do not want my system audio into the broadcast stream mix, which is what I'm recording right now on the OBS. And I do not want that because there might be some system updates, there might be some notifications. I do not care to have those things in this video. So I have told GO-XLR, I do want them in my headphones, but I do not want them in my stream mix. Super awesome. Let's say you are attending a really boring meeting or a real boring Zoom meeting and you want to listen to some music or perhaps play a game. I didn't say that. If you're in a really boring Zoom meeting and want to play a game, meanwhile, without anyone noticing, you can just set the headphones to get the game sound and you can remove it from the broadcast Steam mix. And so if you're going to talk in the meeting, they can't hear your game. So the same goes for music as well. If you're listening to music while playing or streaming or whatever you're doing, you can say, I do want all of that in my headphones, but I do not want it in the broadcast stream mix. So if you're using OBS, you're going to use that as your audio output. If you're going in a Zoom meeting, a Teams meeting, that will be your output, or that will be where you'll get your audio from. So that's really cool that you can choose who gets to hear what and what do we record. And even more awesome is, and that's that I can hear everything here in my headset. I hear the mix, I hear what is going to be sent out on a stream, I hear what's going to be sent out on a meeting, I hear what's going to be recorded into this video. And I already heard a few times that my voice was a bit loud when it clipped a bit. So as a mental load, there's something I need to adjust right now. I have been tinkering with, right? So I can hear the filters, I can hear the noise gates, or it's not noise gates, it's noise floor actually. I would like it to have a better noise canceling, but anyway, so that's really awesome. The only thing that I miss in this setup actually is that I can't use NVIDIA Broadcast. They have the machine learning AI thing that can cancel out noise and does a really good job. I can't use that. I cannot use that if I want to hear everything in my headset. I will have to use that separately and make OBS listening to my microphone as a separate output device. So that's the only negative thing, and there's really no way around that, because the reason that I'm hearing everything directly from the GO-XLR is to avoid latency. So it's not like latency when you're talking, and if you're someone be able to hear yourself in a phone call or whatever you're talking, and you can hear yourself in the background delayed a little bit, you know how you start to talk slower, which is cool that it's GO-XLR and it's directly outputted directly to my headset. So that is why I would hate to see it go. If I had to select something else and not use a GO-XLR, I would probably looking at the Rode Broadcast Duo. I think it's quite expensive. I can't justify that, so I'll hang on to my GO-XLR Mini as long as I can, and I hope they will continue to update it forever and ever. I do like buying new hardware, but I can't afford it. So all the best wishes to GO-XLR, and I hope for the continued success and see new products from them in the future. So, yep, that's just about it. All about this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share, and all that stuff. So until next time, have fun on the interwebs.